You and your grandma look very familiar.
What if all you had left of your father was a single photograph? No voice, no letters, just a face, frozen in time, belonging to a man you've never met but whose blood runs through your veins. And what if, 25 years later, that one photograph led you across the world to a small seaside village in Vietnam, where you finally find the family you never knew you had, and a grandmother who has waited her whole life to hold you? This is the story of Lysiane Danièle Josette, a French girl with Vietnamese roots who found her way home because of love, faith, and a photograph. The girl and the photograph. For as long as she could remember, Lysiane had always carried a picture. It wasn't large, just an old portrait, edges torn, colors fading with time. In it, a young Vietnamese man stared ahead, eyes calm yet distant, the kind of gaze that seemed to hold both gentleness and sorrow. Her mother once told her when she was very little, "This is your father." And after that day, she never spoke of him again. Growing up in France, Lysiane always felt something missing. Her classmates had fathers waiting at the school gate, fathers who carried them on their shoulders, who made silly jokes at dinner. She had none of that, only a name and that photograph. Her mother had burned everything else, letters, souvenirs, anything that carried a trace of the man who once loved her. All that remained was that one portrait, the only bridge between her and a man who had vanished long before she could even remember his voice. "I think I started feeling lonely before I even knew what loneliness meant," she would later say. She was different, not just in appearance, but in belonging, half French, half Vietnamese, a girl caught between two worlds, belonging to neither. When she was 12, she moved into a children's home, not because she was unloved, but because home had become a place full of silence and unanswered questions. At night, she would stare at the photograph under the dim light and whisper to it softly, "Do you think of me?" In her heart, she believed that somewhere in the world, he did. Years went by. The photograph aged with her, corners bent, color fading, but she couldn't let it go. It was her only proof that she came from somewhere, that she wasn't a ghost in her own life. On her 25th birthday, she looked at that photograph again and whispered, "It's time." The journey across the world. It began with nothing but courage and that photograph. On January 2nd, Lysiane boarded a plane from Paris to Hanoi. It was her first time in Vietnam, her father's homeland. The air was thick and warm, filled with the scent of rain, food, and motorbikes. She didn't speak the language, but she felt something stir inside, as if the land beneath her feet recognized her. She carried one suitcase, one picture, and endless hope. For 2 weeks, she planned every step. She went to the Vietnamese embassy, spoke to journalists, visited local offices, posted online in communities of travelers and those searching for lost relatives. Each night, she returned to her small room, exhausted but hopeful. Each morning, she prayed, please, just one sign. But silence answered her. Days passed, nothing, until one night in Jalat, she sat before her laptop and typed a final message, a plea to anyone who might recognize the man in the photograph. A local forum admin noticed her post and decided to share it. A French Vietnamese girl searching for her father in Vung Tau. Hundreds read it. One woman stopped scrolling and froze. Her name was Lê Kim Chi. She stared at the photo, heart pounding. The man in that picture, she knew him. It was her brother, Lê Văn Thana, who had gone to France decades ago and lost contact with his daughter soon after she was born. Tears filled her eyes. She whispered, "It's him." That night, Lysiane's phone lit up with a message. "Hello, my dear. I think I am your aunt." For hours, they talked through translation apps and tears. At first, Lysiane didn't dare to believe it. Too many times she had hoped, only to be disappointed. But then, her aunt sent photos, old, faded pictures of a young man holding a baby girl. Lysiane looked closer. That baby was her. She burst into tears. For the first time, she wasn't searching anymore. She was found. That night, she didn't sleep. She just held her father's photo in one hand and her phone in the other, her whole world shifting between the two. And by dawn, she texted, "I can't wait any longer. I'm coming home." The reunion. January 15th. The afternoon sun burned golden over Vung Tau as the bus rolled into Long Sun village. In a small yellow house nearby, a 77-year-old woman waited at the door. Her name was Ho Thi Ban, Lysiane's grandmother. She had waited 25 years for this moment. Every new year she prayed for her son's lost child, and now the girl was here, walking toward her with her father's eyes and her father's smile. When Lysiane saw her, she ran. The old woman opened her arms wide. They fell into each other's embrace, crying uncontrollably. "I'm so sorry for you, Yen Nga," her grandmother wept. "My poor child, my little Yen Nga." It was the first time Lysiane heard her Vietnamese name, Lengoch Yen Nga, a name she had spent the whole night remembering so she could say it back perfectly. "I am Yen Nga," she whispered, trembling. Her grandmother nodded through tears, holding her face as if to memorize every feature she'd missed. Later that evening, as the sky turned pink over the coconut trees, the family gathered: uncles, aunts, cousins, people she had never met but who somehow felt familiar. They guided her to the family altar. She lit incense with shaking hands. "Welcome home, Con," they said. During dinner, she sat beside her aunt, trying every dish with excitement. When she picked up chopsticks and used them naturally, everyone laughed in surprise. "It's already in my blood," she smiled. She loved everything, especially the pineapple fish hot pot, a sweet and sour fish hot pot her aunt cooked. "It tastes like salmon," she laughed, and everyone burst out laughing. Then came another moment, one she had dreamed of for her entire life. Her phone rang. On the screen appeared a man's face, older now, but unmistakably the man in the photograph, her father. "Papa," she whispered. He didn't speak at first, just cried. She cried too. He told her he had searched for her for years. When her mother took her away, he had gone nearly mad. He had tried to find her through embassies, letters, even the police, but she had disappeared. When the years turned into decades, he stopped searching, but never stopped hoping. When he remarried, he named one of his daughters Lysiane, so he would never forget the child he lost. Hearing that, Lysiane broke down completely. For the first time, she wasn't just a girl chasing a photograph. She was a daughter finally found. A life that finally begins. That night, as the village grew quiet and the sea whispered nearby, Lysiane sat on the porch with her grandmother. The air smelled of incense and salt. The same stars that had watched over her in France now shimmered above Vietnam. Her grandmother gently held her hand. "My son never stopped loving you," she said. "He used to send us your baby photos. Every new year he would say, 'One day she will come back.' And now you have." Lysiane smiled through her tears. In that moment she realized, home isn't a place. It's the people who wait for you, pray for you, and love you even when they've never seen your face. She thought of the photograph, the old, worn picture that had once been her only link to the past. For years, it had symbolized loss. Now, it symbolized love. Her journey began with a question: who am I? And now, sitting under the Vietnamese sky, she finally had the answer. She was her father's daughter, her grandmother's granddaughter. A bridge between two worlds that had once been oceans apart. "I used to think my life began the day I was born," she said softly, "but tonight, it begins now." The next morning, she walked through Long Sun's narrow lanes, the sound of waves nearby, the smell of fish sauce and morning fires filling the air. Everyone smiled at her, calling her the French girl who found her father. But for her, it wasn't a miracle story. It was a homecoming. When it was time to leave, her grandmother hugged her tightly. "Go see your father," she whispered. "And tell him, I forgive the years we lost." Lysiane nodded. She knew she would come back. Vietnam was no longer just a country. It was blood. It was memory. It was home. Before she boarded the bus, she tucked the old photograph into her bag again, creased, faded, but still alive. She looked at it one last time and smiled. This time she didn't see just a man's face. She saw a story, one that had finally come full circle. And as the bus rolled down the road, Past rice fields and sunlight, she whispered to herself, "Now, my life truly begins."